Hello and welcome back to Part 18 of Innovative Spelling, where we cover the top 100 most frequently misspelled words. Our focus words today are going to be friend, around, interesting, together, and probably. Let's check out those spelling strategies.
Okay, here we go. We're almost to the end of the top 100 most frequently misspelled words. This will be the last 5 where I give you individual strategies for each word, and the next 2 sets of videos are actually going to be where we connect them with characters, so that'll be something for you to look forward to and to check out. Our words this time are around, interesting, probably, together, and friend. I see these words misspelled frequently, not just by students, but sometimes with adults. So let's make sure you're not one of them. Let's clear up your misunderstandings now. Starting with around. A lot of times people will put just the U, or they will know there's an O, but they don't know where to put it. So how I remember that one is I think, I owe you around 10 bucks. I owe you around 10 bucks, $10, or however much you want to make it. And by seeing O and U, it helps me remember that that is how you have those middle vowels in the word around, so I don't forget one of them, or that I know the right order. I owe you. Another thing, and don't think the letter I, or they owe you, or whatever you want, but just remember the OU is the part that's in the middle. Another thing too is I look at the letters and I like to look at like patterns, almost like visuals, and I see the U, N, and I think about how a U and an N are just the reverse of each other. You flip them around, and that's why I like to kind of look at those. So when I'm already writing, I don't have to stop and think, oh, who, oh, you, what? I can just go, oh, I see it right there, U and an N together. And if you also look at the A and the O, they're kind of similar, and if you take an R and close it, you could make an O. So you can, there's all different kinds of ways to remember these words, and you can even not even have to stop and say something, but just look for patterns or look for like these little visual cues that can help you. Next one is interesting. And the word interest is an interesting. Interest is 3 syllables. Interest. So obviously with the ing would be 4 syllables. Interesting. Most of the time people want to say interesting or interest. It's interesting. And so I'll give you a few ways to help you with that. Most of the time the issue is in the middle. So I'm going to give you a couple strange ones, but hopefully they'll connect with you or you can make up your own as usual. A lot of times people can already spell resting, so we'll just spell resting. Let's see. We are resting in the elevator. Did you see that? We are resting in the elevator. Something like that. Could do something like, in time everyone is resting. So in time everyone is resting. You could do something like that. You can even twist this backwards. Let me think about that one. Yeah, instead of doing, you could do something like in, and I'll review this one. In the elevator, everyone was resting. There's a bunch of different ways, but what you want to do is basically make sure you see the word in and the word rest, and you have the TE here, and I'm going to leave that up to you. We've gone through a lot of these, so I'm sure by now you can find and figure out your pattern on these kind of words to see which one fits you best. Let's move on to probably. Again, 3 syllables, probably. People like to say probably, they forget the ab in the middle. So let's take a look. Sometimes I just like to say it funny, like Pt18, or I'll kind of overly sound it out, exaggerate it. Probably. Probably, that sometimes can help, or if you say, you could say it funny like this, probably. A lot of times people forget the ab here, so that might be helpful. If you work out a lot, your abdominal muscles will probably get pretty good, so probably, you could think of something like that. It's also connected to another word, probable, able. And if you know that word, if you don't now you do, but if you look at prob and able, it's just a variation of that. You can take off the E and put the Y. Probably. So that's another thing you can do to help you remember that word. If you can't do the 3 syllables, you could break it up, think about the abs, or break it up, like I said, into these different pieces, or think of the word probable. Any of those might help you with probably. Almost done here, 2 more. Together, people sometimes, they want to put a D in there or 2 T's. They forget that English loves the TH, and this is a really easy one. You break it up into, I see 3 words here. Do you see the 3 words? To, get, and her. So if you write that out, to, get, and her, you have together. And I think of something like, I need to get together with her to do some studying, something like that. Or let me think of another one. I need to get together with her to do some studying. So if you can work on it like that and see those 3 pieces, you can also focus on the if you want. However you want to work it, but this will usually get cemented for almost everybody. Now to the last one, friend. A lot of times people forget the I, or they put in I and forget the E, or don't know where to put the E and the I, so I'll give you a few different ways to remember that one. It's pretty easy. Most of the common one that people like to use is friend till the end. You see E-N-D, end, there. A few other ones, or a couple other ones would be, let's see, on Friday, this is the one I like. On Friday, at the end of the week, is when I'll see my friend. You could also do something like, on Friday, I'll see my friend at the end of the week. Do it that way. The fry and the end helps people. Another one I'll give you, it's a little bit crazy. I don't suggest ever doing this in real life, but as a strategy, our brain likes novel and interesting and different, so this one might help you spell it as well. If I fry my friend, that will be the end of our friendship. Oh, that's terrible, right? I don't recommend you frying your friend. But the strategy might help you by saying it. If I fry my friend, that will be the end of our friendship. Something like that. Anyway, so here's our last 5 where I give you the individual ones. The next couple videos will actually be where we put it together with characters, so it's a different kind of way or strategy to remember words. You can remember larger groups of words that way, so I highly recommend you checking those out, and I will see you next time.
Thanks again for watching. Now remember, if you have any questions, comments, or you want to share your spelling strategies with me, go to teacherspayteachers.com. You can also find there the printable spelling cards, workbook, or even download the free PowerPoint presentation with all 5 different spelling strategy types. Remember, when you go to teacherspayteachers.com, to search under Innovative Spelling or Innovative Answers by Jolene. Thanks so much, and we'll see you next time.